Hello and welcome everyone to this LeetCode series. In this series, we're gonna try to solve SQL problems on LeetCode that are of medium and hard difficulty. So on the screen, I have one of the problem that has been labeled as hard. The name of the problem is trips and users, and it has been asked in few of these big companies in an interview. So before diving into the problem itself, let's quickly take a look at the schema for this problem. We can see there are two tables. One is trips that has the details of the ride requested. We can see who requested the ride, the client ID, who was assigned to that ride, the driver who was assigned to the ride, the location, and the status of that ride, whether it was cancelled or completed, and cancelled by the driver and the client, and when it was requested, the date it was requested. And in the users table, we can see we have details of the users. What's their user ID, whether they are banned from the app, and their role, client or driver. So if we look at the problem, before even going through this problem, they have defined the cancellation rate. So what is the cancellation rate? So if we read the cancellation rate definition, the cancellation rate is computed by dividing the number of cancelled requests with unbanned users by the total number of requests with unbanned users on a given day. So basically, how many unbanned users cancelled the ride divided by how many total requests of rides were by unbanned users for a given day. So that's a cancellation rate. So let's take a look at the problem, like what the problem is asking us to do. Write a SQL query to find the cancellation rate of a request with unbanned users on these dates, and round the cancellation rate to 2 decimal points. And they don't care about the order. They want the output to be returned. So let's take a dive into writing SQL. So first of all, this problem is saying unbanned users. So we only need the user ID from the users table that are not banned. So meaning their status is no. So I'm gonna quickly filter out the user ID from users where the banned status is equal to no. So this will give me all the list of users that are currently active. So there's some problem in the field list. Okay, so it's users ID. So let's take a look at the output. So the output should give us all the users that are active. We can see here the client ID or the user ID 2 is banned and it has been filtered out. So now we need the trips details for all these users. So if we can filter out from the trips the client ID and the driver ID, so we want the data for the client ID and the driver ID that are coming out from this users ID table. So let's quickly get the trips details where the client ID in the list of unbanned users and the driver ID in the same list of unbanned users. So I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, so this will give us only the trip details for all the active users. Let's quickly take a look. So all these users, the client and the driver, they are active in the systems. So we need to, from this table, from this output, we need to calculate all the cancellations divided by the total number of rides for a given day. How many? So for example, here on October 1st, one ride got cancelled and rest 2 were completed. So it'll be 1 divided by how many total number of requests happened for that given day. So 1 divided by 3. So to do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a very simple case statement to basically label the cancellation with 1 and rest of the status where it's completed as 0, so that we can sum all the cancellation together, then divided by the total number of rides for a given day. So I'm just gonna write case statement where case when status is not equal to completed, then give me 1, else 0, and as we can say ride flag, so from trips. So this will flag all the cancellations by 1, so later on we can sum that. So let's take a look at the ride flag, the new column that we created. So we can see all the cancellation has been labeled as 1. So now what we want to do is I'm gonna quickly wrap this up into a CTE so that we can create the output that is required by the problem. So I'm just gonna put it as quickly as a CTE because but it's a best practice to write CTEs rather than lot of subqueries because of the user readability. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the request at, and then in the to calculate the cancellation rate, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sum the ride flag. So this will sum all the rows where it is 1, and divided by the total number of again divided by the total number of IDs, meaning all the rides that happened on a given day. So this ID column, it seems to be unique, it's a primary key, so we want to calculate how many total rides happened on a given day to get the cancellation rate. And I'm gonna quickly write as cancellation rate and just alias the request as day, and then from CTE and then I see they are asking to do that for a particular day. So this is a hard we can hard code the dates here. So I'm just gonna copy this where request at between this and group it by the request at, so group it by the day. So this will give us on a given day how many cancellation happened, and divided by the total number of rides for that particular day. What we can see is we do need the output to be 2 decimal places. So I'm just gonna quickly wrap our division function here into a round function to basically format it into 2 decimal places to complete the cancellation rate. Okay, and now we can see they have accepted our test case, and the output seems to match with the expected solution. So I'm just gonna quickly submit this, and looks like our solution has been accepted. So again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll be posting more of the SQL problems LeetCode series, and also further data analytics video. And if you can like and follow me on YouTube, I will really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.